Good morning. It's Tuesday, October 28th, 2014. This is Tech Talk Today, episode 81. My name is Chris, and I'm joined by my beautiful partner in crime, Angela. Hey, Ange.
Here I am, realizing that I should have scheduled bills to be paid already.
Oh, so you had like one of those moments where you sit down.
It's the 28th.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the 20th.
Oh, the day when you heard the date?
Yeah.
So you got stuck behind the brush cutter on the way in today?
Yes.
You know what's great about that? They've been doing that since Thursday.
I know. Well, they were done. It was literally driving down the road.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had to wait for a passing zone.
You're like, excuse me, I have a live show at 9 a.m. I need to go. I got to get going.
Yeah.
Well, there is a war brewing today. A big war! And we're going to talk about it. So to talk about it, we brought in our soldiers from the Mumble Room. Time-appropriate greetings, Mumble Room.
Hello.
All right.
Oh, man, I was going to do a soldier joke, but it totally slipped my mind.
That was fast. It's the morning for sure. I'm feeling it. I'm a little,
Yeah.
I don't think jet-lagged. I don't think it's fair to say jet-lagged because it was just a 3-hour time zone. But I am definitely not 100%.
Warped.
I'm like time bent.
Yeah.
I'm time bent.
Bend gate.
So, surprise, we continue to follow the hoopla around ApplePay. CVS and Rite Aid are now moving to disable NFC and block ApplePay at all of their stores because they want consumers to use a competing service called Currency. It's one word, Currency, with an N at the end. And it is a hell of a mess. And what's funny is this actually started happening yesterday. And now, as a response, Android and iOS communities on Reddit are pooling together to organize a ban against these places that are disabling NFC, so that way they can sort of try to put pressure on them. So this is developing into like this alliance between two factions that are normally at each other's throats to come together to collectively...
Wait, you're saying Android is joining the forces with these people?
iOS users, iPhone users and Android users are coming together to collectively ban.
Because when they're turning down the Apple Pay, they're turning down
They're turning off NFC across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
this is awesome.
Right? Isn't that funny? And so here's what's really the train wreck about this, though. What is really awful is this currency alternative that they want people to use. It's a system that links directly to your your checking account, so it bypasses the credit card companies. Avoids transaction fees. That's why these retailers like it. The other thing is it gives them a lot more data than either one of these NFC payments does, especially Apple's. So... Oh, and this is great. When you get the app, so with the current Apple Pay system, you take out the phone from your pocket and you put it over the thing, and before it's even unlocked, you've already had the payment transaction successful if your finger is on Touch ID. It happens immediately. You don't even have to really wake the phone up.
Right.
With Currency, you take the phone out of your pocket, you unlock it, you launch the Currency app, you then have to, if you haven't already put in your bank account information and your social security number, then, if you put all that in and you're logged in and your login session is still valid and you have a data connection, then you scan the QR code on their terminal, you line it up, scan the QR code, send payment, and then sign for it. That's how the Currency system works. And you imagine...
That's awful.
And
it's really bad.
The reason why that's bad is in terms of getting people through a line, the Apple Pay system and the Google Pay system are much, much faster.
Yep.
So it's just such a crappy system, and the whole thing is they want to be able to collect more data about you because they're not getting enough data, and they want to be able to avoid the credit card processing fees.
Yep, jerks.
So they're turning off NFC payments.
Seriously.
And the reason why that bothers me, too, is because I think in a lot of ways, with all of the credit card theft problems we have, these mobile pay systems could, in some sense, be more secure than a traditional credit card.
Yeah.
And this is such a good time for this to be rolling out as the U.S. is supposed to transition to chip and pin anyways, and they have to replace so many of these terminals.
So has Currency been announced?
No, it's still in development. No.
Yeah, so they're all like, well, but we have a plan.
Yeah, it's their plan. It's a consortium of retailers who are working together. The chains have all opted to work together to disable NFC across all of their stores. It started happening over the weekend.
So they're even cutting off Android users right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That is insane.
It's so stupid.
They're cutting off Android users because they want to compete with Apple, which is messed up. It's blocking everybody out.
Right. And like their system sucks. Like that's the worst part is it's worse for consumers.
Yeah.
So it's just I think it's ridiculous. And what's interesting too is Apple Pay itself does so these kind of hiccups, I guess are almost unavoidable for a system like this, especially one that takes data away from the retailers. Tim Cook said last night that they had over 1 million activations in Apple Pay in the first 72 hours, and MasterCard and Visa today said that Apple Pay now has more active users than all of the other mobile payment systems combined.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure Apple isn't freaking out, but I feel bad. Like, this is just such a stupid move. Like, this is like idiocracy coming true.
Walgreens, meanwhile, is going like, hey, y'all, come over here. We got Apple Pay. You can use NFC. Come over to Walgreens, y'all. That's it.
Seriously.
So now it's a little competition.
I bet the commercials are going to be like that. The commercials are going to become like almost political, like, you know, don't go there. You can go here and just use your...
So I want to ask the Mumble Room, what do you guys think about Android users and iPhone users kind of like saying, all right, let's lay down arms. They've started collective forms to coordinate and organize. Is this maybe the beginning of the end of the platform war, and we're now just going to work towards furthering mobile technology in general? I'm not saying it's all solved overnight, but is this the beginning? Eric, what do you think?
Oh man, this is something I like to see as far as joining forces to combat a evil, and maybe that's just the good versus evil part of me wanting to see justice done, but at the same time, it's completely ridiculous that we're even forced to do this because, I mean, like you said it best, it's a horrible, horrible system that they're trying to implement, and I do not want any payment system taking my social security number. That really
in an app.
Yeah.
In an app.
All right, Popey. So do you think I'm just being too optimistic?
No, I think what's ridiculous is the fact that there is even silos of Apple users and Android users who feel the need to drop arms. I mean, why are they holding arms anyway? They're just people who happen to have a device in their pocket.
I know,
who
right?
gives a toss.
It's
what
so
manufacturer
silly.
of the thing was. It's ridiculous.
Well, is that what this is? Is this one of these issues that makes people stop and go, oh, wait a minute, maybe there's bigger problems than...
Maybe I was being a bit of a douche before.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, no kidding.
I hope so. Because really, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if either one of these mobile payments is the final solution. I don't even know if it's a great idea. But to me, it feels like a step forward. Like I'm pretty cautious guy, and I'm pretty security conscious. But to me, you also have to take practicality into these kinds of things. And for me, it is a reality today that I've had my accounts compromised in the past with fraud, and that I am horrible with keeping track of credit cards and associated PIN numbers.
Jeez, yes. Right? Oh my gosh.
So this is a reality that I struggle with today. It is almost nearly a daily problem for me with the card thing.
It is.
And these systems not only offer me better security because of the fraud protection with the tokenized payment and the less information given to the merchants, but they also give me a better way to organize my cards and things like that. So I really want to see this move forward because I feel like I'm the kind of person this is for. Big Red 1275 says, so why bother collecting info with NFC when it'll be collected with store membership discount cards?
Right, yeah. And that's a good point.
But you're opting in at that point.
Right, and some places are avoiding the discount cards. But also, maybe we'll see something where there'll be an app to scan all your cards in, and then you scan your phone twice, once for the discount, once
for sure. Yeah,
once for the payment.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think so, totally. I look at this as you got to believe that these systems, because of the efficiency that they bring the merchants. I mean, could you imagine maybe eventually in 5-10 years the death of the checkbook when you're in the grocery line?
I hope that comes.
Right?
Seriously.
Or just the swiping of the cards and entering the pins and then all of that, just getting people
everybody
through
having
faster.
A different machine.
Right.
And like some places put the accept or the OK button on the wrong side, so you end up canceling it,
And the other thing that's really kind of exciting is Square is developing a receiver for NFC-based payments. So right now with Square, you can swipe a card, right?
Yeah, right.
They're developing a new transceiver that not only has the swipe, but also has...
Of course they are.
Right. So you'll be able to use Square and things like that to do.
And now you won't have to worry about your case, not letting the jack plug in all the way and all that.
No, it still has to be plugged into the machine. The Square the Square box is going to be the NFC receiver.
So even still, sliding the card could bump it out of the
it's clunky.
It is very clunky.
It looks funky too.
Yeah.
So then you're gonna have when that happens, you're gonna have all of the mobile service industry people like restaurants and bars are all going to start switching over to that because, that's already Square's already making a huge impact there. And that's going to get more people on these NFC payments and
drunk.
And stores like CVS, they're going to be left out.
PC Wiz, did you have something that you wanted to say?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of the efficiency of physical stores, but like Tesco's in the UK, which is a proper supermarket, you can do your shopping entirely online and have it delivered to your house. So whether stores have still got a place.
Right. I don't know. We have a couple around here to let you do that too. Rikai takes advantage of that.
Yeah.
Amazon does that. Amazon Fresh, but
well, they don't deliver to us,
that
though.
That was a huge thing in the .com boom. There were those things that went around. You could see them all the time, and they just went bye-bye. I think even Albertsons had something like that at one point.
Yep. Our local Safeway still does, too. All right, let's move on to our next story, something kind of exciting. I don't think it's going to make it in time for Angela's birthday, though. That's too bad. But a new line of Fitbit devices is official. We covered the rumors before.
Oh, I love how they have the heart on there. They're implying heartbeat.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. And so that's the Cadillac you're looking at.
Welcome to Tech Talk Today. We're covering all the people that came out with something that already exists.
Well, I guess, yeah. The Fitbit, though, this is their sort of trying to come back game, right? They've had a rough year. They had to recall the Force.
Oh my gosh,
right.
Yeah.
So this is them, but unfortunately, this model, the Cadillac here, not shipping until 2015. It doesn't look like.
Well. That's not surprising.
They call it a smart fitness watch. It's two of the new wearables included with a heart rate sensor. So that's pretty neat. So you got the Fitbit Charge, which is probably the one you're more familiar with. It's this guy here. I can't really quite see the band in this picture, but it's a lot better looking band. Much more solid looking. This is the one that's going to replace the one. It has an OLED display. It's water resistant, just like the one you have. It'll last 7 days on a single charge, which is pretty nice. Also, it'll do automatic sleep detection now. And caller ID functionality. That's kind of cool.
I wonder if I can still return mine.
So then you have the Fitbit Charge HR, which is basically a wristband, but with a combination of a heart rate sensor. They're calling that the Pure Pulse sensor. And then finally, there's the 250 Fitbit Surge. That's the new big watch-like one that has the backlit LCD touchscreen, 8 different sensors, a tri-axis accelerometer, a gyroscope, a compass, an ambient light sensor, GPS, and heart rate.
Yep.
Wow.
I said return this one.
I sit around 7 days even with that one, by the way.
I still have the Force, and I started using it January 8th, and I've never put it under water, and the adhesive on the wristband did not stick. So
yeah, and mine fell apart too.
It fell apart, and
I think that's the real reason they recalled them all.
Yeah, I am currently using my daughter's hair bows, like the little black rubber bands, to hold it together.
Like Popey notes, it knows when you're sleeping.
Yep.
Actually, funny enough, the sleep tracking functionality is some of my favorite functionality of the Fitbit. That's what I miss the most.
I like it a lot.
I was more thinking if it's connected by Bluetooth to my phone, maybe it could tell if I have a heart attack or something, and it could phone the emergency services.
Very true. Call an ambulance.
And you can't get up.
Yeah, that's very true. That might be very handy for. You know what? I bet in short time, maybe for the elderly, there will be a device like that. Maybe there already is one. All right, we got a Microsoft story we got to talk about because it's actually really, really great news for Linux users and anybody who supports open standards on the web. But first, I want to tell you about our Patreon page, patreon.com/today. 406.
Yep, we hit 400 before we went to Ohio.
That's exciting.
Yes, thank you guys very much. We really do appreciate it. You guys know this is where we go to fund the network in a way that allows us to sort of reach out and try a few things, but also invest in our infrastructure. The money raised here goes to all of our shows. And I've been thinking over the trip, and especially in the last couple of days, about some new milestones that remind me to talk to you about a few new ideas I had. We'll be introducing those soon, and we'll talk to you about those and give you a really clear understanding of the direct benefits that your contributions will bring, not just to the Jupiter Broadcasting Network, but to my personal life. So stay tuned for more information about that pretty soon. Patreon.com/today. Thank you, everybody who supports the whole Jupiter Broadcasting Network. Okay, so check this out. Microsoft is getting ready to bring WebRTC built into Internet Explorer and is eyeing plug-in-free Skype calls right in the browser. You just need to have WebRTC, and it will be able to connect to the Skype network. How cool is this? How nice to actually see Microsoft doing that. Microsoft today announced it is backing the real-time web communication technology and will be supporting the WebRTC API in Internet Explorer. Put another way, the company is finally throwing its weight behind the broader industry trend of bringing voice and video calling to the browser without any needs for plugins at all. So you get...
I'm not following this. Are they took a product that they own and made it work with a product that they already own?
No.
I mean,
So
that's what it sounds
WebRTC is like a standard to do like video calling and desktop sharing inside your browser without any
Right.
plugins. It's not a Microsoft thing though.
Oh.
It's just it's an industry standard. And Microsoft hasn't really jumped in on it. Everybody else pretty much has Firefox
Right.
and Chrome and all of that.
because it's coding standards and
Yes,
stuff, right?
right.
Yeah.
And so now Microsoft is saying, you know what, not only are we going to build in WebRTC support in Internet Explorer, and the reason why that's interesting is because Microsoft makes two competing products, Link and Skype, that are sort of getting validated. When you can just make a video call using your web browser, you don't really need Skype.
Right.
So what Microsoft is saying is, well, we'll build in WebRTC, and we can make Skype work over WebRTC. So you don't have to stop using Skype to use this built-in stuff. So that means you could soon, like say, whenever they finish, you could make a Skype call with Alan without ever even having to install Skype on your computer.
Except I don't run Windows.
It works on all browsers, all platforms.
Oh, really?
It works for Linux,
Oh, okay.
Mac.
I thought it was
Cool,
for Internet
right?
Explorer. Yeah,
well,
that is cool.
Well, Internet Explorer will now have the capability to do
right,
what all the
I
other
understand.
browsers can.
Right,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, cool.
So here's now, of course, it's Microsoft. So there's another side to this coin.
Okay.
So as you probably know, WebRTC is an open project that lets internet users communicate in real time via voice and video, simply just by using a WebRTC compatible browser. Microsoft and over 80 other participants are actively collaborating with the W3C and IETF to contribute and improve the standard for WebRTC. So Microsoft is jumping in now because they still have an opportunity to kind of influence the standard a little bit.
Of course, sure.
Typical Microsoft. The main goal is to influence how the 1.0 version of the WebRTC API will function, though the company still hasn't confirmed it will implement it in its browser. Microsoft's goal, what they want to influence, is they want to push the ITU H.264 codec as the standard. So Microsoft wants H.264 with fallback support for Opus and a few others. So that's kind of Microsoft's goals. They want to make sure that, I think Google wants VP8. I don't know. So anyways, just thought that was interesting. One more interesting story to wrap us up, unless anybody mumble thoughts going once, going twice.
Well,
yeah?
I just don't quite trust Skype yet, but I think it's a move in the right direction, at least.
Yeah. And WebRTC, there's a lot of people that are really excited about it, but it still just quite hasn't exploded like I expected to. But, you think about it, it could make all these different smartphone platforms be able to tie in to some really great services.
Mm-hmm.
And how would it affect you on the shows as well? Because then you might be able to do the Skype on a Linux computer.
Sure. And just send somebody a link instead of having to, what's your Skype ID, what network, it's just go to this web page. Because one of the things that I love about WebRTC is we could, in theory, have like a site that guests would log into in the Jupiter Broadcasting website, and it would just start up a Skype call right to us, and they wouldn't have to do much fiddling with it.
Right.
Really cool.
We also have the Kickstarter, too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, okay.
One last story before we get to the Kickstarter. Mozilla hopes to challenge Raspbian as the default go-to Linux OS for the Raspberry Pi. Mozilla today showed off it was over the weekend, at the Mozilla Festival in the UK, that they have now released Firefox OS for the Raspberry Pi. And I've even got a screenshot of it here. It looks kind of cool. So there is Firefox OS running on a Raspberry Pi. Guys, anybody willing to try this on a Raspberry Pi? I mean, why not?
Oh, yes.
Could be pretty good desktop, right?
It could be good. I mean, I had Firefox OS on my phone for about 9 months until I broke the phone, but it was usable.
Yeah.
Ish. Apart from I couldn't make phone calls because I don't think the microphone worked, but other than that, it's great.
I figure why not, right? Because you just throw it on an SD card, have fun with it. Good for the Firefox OS project. Oh, go ahead, Lionhead.
Well, I was just wondering, can the Firefox OS run Plex? Because if it can, I will definitely go with it.
Oh, maybe now that it's there, maybe somebody will make a Plex app for Firefox OS. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That could be that's a really good idea.
Because I'm using Rasplex right now, and it's fine, but I want a proper desktop as well.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, if it was just a web version, then it would work.
So Angela hasn't told me yet what our Kickstarter of the week is.
Yeah.
Somebody still needs to send us a jingle, by the way. for the Kickstarter of the week?
Seth did.
Oh, he did? Sent
Yeah,
one?
he sent 2 actually.
Oh, I haven't heard him.
I know I did. I haven't either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I
so,
need to.
Okay, so what am I searching for? What's the
I've
search
been
term?
busy.
What's my search term?
All right.
Yeah, in Ohio.
So it's called the No Phone, and it's No Phone is one word.
N-O phone?
Yeah, No Phone.
The No Phone. All right. Is this it right here?
Should be.
The No Phone team? All right, here I go. Here I go. Wait, is that it or no, that one's already done. Hold on. They
that's
have
interesting.
a few going. They have a few going. What's that about, Ange?
I don't know. That's interesting. There's one that's at like 12,000.
Yeah, 29 hours to go.
Yeah.
The No Phone, 616 backers, 12,000 of 5,000 goal. Wow, so they've exceeded their goal. The No Phone is a technology-free alternative to constant hand-to-phone contact that allows you to stay connected with the real world. Introducing the No Phone, a technology-free alternative to constant hand-to-phone contact. All right, let's watch the video and see what we learn. So far, nothing. It's just silent. Let me try turning up the volume. It's still silent.
No, there's no audio.
There's no audio in the video?
I've just watched it. There's no audio. It's a 4-second clip of nothing.
Because it's just a plastic slab?
Yeah.
It's just a black plastic slab?
Yes.
And so this is so that way you have the comfort of feeling like you have a phone, but you don't actually have a phone?
But you don't end up getting sucked into a social network.
Here's a testimonial. I used to sleep with my phone in my hand, but my night terrors would cause me to hurl it across the room in an unconscious panic. With the No Phone, I can still enjoy the comfort of holding my phone in my sleep without waking up to a shattered screen. Thanks, No Phone.
I actually want this.
I did too. Oh, and look, you can get one with a mirror. You can get one with a mirror.
Yeah, that's an upgrade. It's called a selfie. Selfie feature.
Here's a few.
Here's across the room. You shatter the mirror.
Here's a few frequently asked questions. Does it have a camera? No. Does it have Bluetooth? No. Does it make calls? No. Is it toilet bowl restraint? Yes. iPhone 6 versus the No Phone. It's a little bit larger. The resolution is no. The storage is no. Operating system is no. Battery is no. Camera is no. Processor is no. Addictive is no. Shatterproof? Yes. Waterproof? Yes. Real FaceTime? Yes. This is pretty good. Where did you find this, Ange?
Somebody posted it on Facebook this morning.
This is hilarious.
Wow.
It's 5.5 inches, so it's got a good size to it.
So I think we can get 2 of them at the $20 backer
You
level.
want to do that?
Except I think I want the selfie thing, which I think is $36 or $32 or $34.
Yeah, $34. 2 phones with 2 selfie upgrades. You want to do that?
I think it'd be great.
Okay. And then we can review them on the show.
Okay.
So we're approving this
man.
Kickstarter. This one's already funded. All right,
Yeah.
there we go.
Oh.
Mumble Room, you agree?
Yeah. Can you put a
No.
plastic sheet over the selfie one to make
So-
it like Instagram?
Yeah. If you scroll down to the other levels, there's like you can buy for like I think a couple thousand. You can buy 100 of these.
Okay, let's look. So are these just like 3D printed? Yeah, what are the prices here? $5,000, one hand-delivered first edition No Phone. Your life will change before anyone else's when you personally receive the first No Phone delivered by one of the founders of No Phone, no matter where you live, anywhere in the world. An instruction manual will also be included. For $5,000, I think that's not even worth the...
Well, it's a plane ticket. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's a plane ticket for them to go.
All right,
But
here's...
yeah.
This seems like something you should be able to buy easily at the dollar store.
$7,999. By the way, 0 backers on this one. There's still one of one left. The 14K gold-plated No Phone. Your life will change when you receive the 14-karat gold-plated No Phone in the mail. An instruction manual will also be included.
Yeah, there's like nothing to this.
This is so great.
So gimmicky.
And yet
Like
they
Corky says, this is potato salad all over again.
it is.
It is.
It's better than potato salad though, and they've raised $12,000.
Mhm.
It's ridiculous.
What's
Nobody
great-
got a spare.
we
Nobody
can,
got a spare $5,000 for the special one.
Wow. All right, I'm going to put this in the show notes in case anybody else wants to get their No Phone. Ange and I will rock it, and then we'll review it. Now, the funny thing is if it like takes 6 months to ship, that'll be like...
yeah, it'll come around. Well, no, I think they said December 2014, so maybe around Christmas time.
Okay. Maybe stocking stuffers.
Yeah.
All right, so that'll wrap it up for today's episode of Tech Talk Today. Tech Talk Today is live tomorrow and Thursday over at jblive.tv, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. JupiterBroadcasting.com/calendar for any schedule changes. Like, we didn't have a show on Monday because we're getting back from our Ohio trip, so that was updated on the calendar relatively recently. And you can also follow us at techtalktoday.reddit.com, techtalktoday.reddit.com, techtalktoday.reddit.com. Boom! 3 times fast. Nailed it. And that's where you can contribute to the show, give us some ideas, comments, votes, and things like that. Also, if you join us live, you can hang out in our Mumble room. If you got a good working mic, we'd love to get your insights. And today at JupiterBroadcasting.com is the email address. So, Ange,
Yeah.
I'm going to play an old-time commercial that's got nothing to do with technology. But, you know, we just got back from this trip, feeling a little tired. Maybe it's not because we've had a long trip. Maybe it's because we have tired blood. And I want to see if you can guess who this spokeswoman is telling us how we can cure our tired blood. Thanks for joining us, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Let's talk about you a little bit. How are you feeling? Are you feeling as good as we feel today? I sincerely hope so. But I'd especially like to talk to you housewives and mothers and you really busy gals that just keep going all the time. Sometimes as you go about your daily routine, you get the feeling that you just don't have enough energy to finish out the day. Well, if you do feel that way, or anybody in your family feels that way, don't just ignore it and wait for it to go away. It's a better idea to check with your doctor. Because remember, that weak, run-down condition may be due to undernourished blood. Doctors have a special name for it. They call it iron deficiency anemia. But we call it tired blood. And to feel stronger fast, I wish you'd give Geritol a try. This is the fast-acting, high-potency tonic that we've been telling you so much about that really begins to strengthen iron-poor, tired blood in just 24 hours. That's all it takes, just one day, for Geritol iron to be in your bloodstream, carrying strength and energy to every part of your body. And just 2 tablespoons, just this little bit, contains twice the iron in a pound of calf's liver. And it's good tasting, too. So if you do feel weak and run down, or if anybody in your family complains of similar problems, get Geritol, either the liquid or the tablets, at your drugstore today. You'll feel stronger fast. In 7 days or your money back. Just be sure that you get what you ask for, Geritol. Geritol. Believe me, you will feel stronger fast. And 2, don't forget, mothers, you can get Geritol Junior. It's just as effective for your children as regular Geritol is for you.